Yes, the Transformer Action Figure Podcast Show, episode 295. My name's Hex, and joined with two of our other co-hosts, Sport. You know he's always going to be late. So, Dalton, why don't you kick it off? Tell people where they can find you, man.
I'm Dalton. You can find me everywhere at Daltinian's TFs, YouTube Daltinian95, and on Twitch, even though I haven't streamed the past 2 weeks, as Dalton's TFs95. I think I gave you the link for that, so yeah.
Rick. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter sometimes as Shatrdglassjazz.
All right, and as far as Mount Rushmore, we don't have a Mount Rushmore, but we have a few little topics that I think are kind of fun that we're going to tackle. If you guys want to answer along as well in the chat, feel free to do so, and we'll read some of those off on air. Do have a Instagram spotlight. So again, if you take a lot of really cool photography with action figures and you want to be shown or shouted out on the channel, make sure that you get in contact with Rick on his Instagram. Again, just is it the same as what you have there on the screen there in the little red?
Yep.
Okay, so there you go. Instagram at Shatrdglassjazz, the way that he spells it. So we've got Randy Books and Action Figure Expert joining us. What's going on, guys? Hopefully we put together a good show, some good topics. Also, if you guys are interested in a collection spotlight, we haven't had one in a while. But if you ever want your collection to be shown on the show, if you have a large collection, you're going to take multiple photos and send them in multiple emails. If you got a smaller collection just starting off, that's cool too. You can take a couple of pictures or whatever, however large your collection demands, and send that in an email to me at g1hexatron@gmail.com. If you have to send multiple emails, like 15 or even more than that, make sure you just number them, like 1 of 15, 2 of 15, 3 of 15. That way I make sure that I have everything that you've sent me and we're not missing anything. So, and Sport,
hey,
showing up late, so basically right on time for him. Where can people find you, man?
The check finally cleared. You can find me here on YouTube at Sportimus and on Instagram and Twitter at Sportimus Prime.
All right, we got Legionardo and Art joining us as well. Sorry, Art, you like the Dragon Ball Z stuff, I believe, and the Goku stuff.
Goku Palooza.
Yes.
I'm sorry. So no Goku again. So. All right. Well, you guys want to start off? Let's start off with one of these, little topics or whatever. Most memorable add-on. The way I took this is kind of like, what do you think? Like it may not be the best now, but it was like the cream of the crop. Whenever you think, as far as add-ons, when you think of add-ons, you're like, this is like the poster child for add-ons. I can go first if you want me to. I'm gonna say.
I mean, I've got mine.
Project City Commander.
I'll go ahead and just echo that. That's the best of all time for me as well. It's the one I spent the most time with.
It's the one everyone was talking about.
Well, I'll be different, and I'm going to say the Hot Rod to Rodimus Prime from Parallax.
Okay, I mean what was it?
Also good.
I missed out on the Ultra Magnus one, but when I got that just blew me away.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, we get add-ons now, and some of them are really good. Like there's like a little Unicron where LED lights. Like, hey, that's great to go for that figure. And Dalton, like you were kind of showing off, you had the non-F, like kind of with the feet, upgrade or whatever. So stuff like that's good. And we see a lot of weapons that were or figures like our Grimlock that we got, and no sword. So like an add-on for that's great, but just to think back, like this add-on was such a game changer back then.
Yeah,
that it made like it's like the Ultra Magnus, he's the white one, and you're just like, yeah, that's kind of cool or whatever. But once you got that add-on, you felt like, okay, I have a Ultra Magnus, because you weren't getting Transformers like we are now. To where with the Ultra Magnus, where it was like that looks spot on, or the Grimlock, or the Scourge or Cyclonus, and Hot Rod, where you're like, that's spot on,
And what's funny is that Ultra Magnus, that Classics Ultra Magnus, was worth almost nothing on eBay, but when that kit came out, that thing went crazy high prices.
I was one of those people that were like, dude, this thing is, like with the truck and the add-on, you're looking at like $200, Then, and I was able to get reissued it a little bit later on, and I was like, dude, I'm jumping on that.
Yeah.
It was probably whenever I was selling off stuff, it was like one of the hardest ones to let go,
I still have it. It's one of the few that I still have, like hooked up to the figure and still in that form or whatever. But yeah, I probably won't get rid of it. I mean, I'll probably keep it. And I bought all of them. I have all the different ones that they released. I even got the was it the Hot Rod? Was it the Henkai Hot Rod? And they did the Shadow Scythe version.
Shadow Scyther, yeah.
It was a really cool one.
Action Figure says, I prefer the Fans Project Black City Commander than the one for the Nemesis Prime.
Shadow Commander.
Yeah.
And then Legionaro says, Lone Wolf, the Motormaster, count as an upgrade. Yeah, you can count that as one.
Why not? Yeah.
Shame, Legionardo, shame.
I had a Lone Wolf. Who did that? I had the prototype of that.
Old Forms,
I think. Yeah. I had the what? It wasn't the pro. God, which one was it? It was like
Gladius,
not the prototype, but yeah. Well, I have the prototype, the original prototype of Gladius Megatron. I'll go grab it real quick. Because it's sitting over there. I don't know where to put it, and it was a gift.
Before the show, I was saying too that as far as like consistency on the shelf for Combiner Wars, I believe I have every single Combiner Wars, merge group with the perfect effect hands and feet. I think I have every single one. So I definitely like them because I've completed the line with it. So I have to shout out to those. They definitely made all my, as far back as Superion, made them just slightly better.
The only add-on that I currently have is the Transform Dreamwave, I think it's called, for Abominus. So that's the only one that I currently have.
I still want to pick up the DNA Predaking one with the big wings.
Do you remember? Like this was even before like the City Commander. This was Crazy Devi. Crazy Devi?
Yeah.
With the G1. I remember whenever Crazy Devi came out with their add-on parts, which those were stupid expensive as well, but they looked good. And you add them to your G1 Predaking, you were like, dude, they're not gonna ever make anything better than this.
It was huge.
Like you're like, dude, this is the best right here, because I mean it had those long cannons and those giant wings, man.
I remember putting them on, and when I put him up, I put him on the top shelf. He was near the ceiling, and when you walk in, I mean, he is peacocking. You can't miss him. He's not like a Titan, but man, they made him like a Titan. Yeah. I took them off eventually. Like once they ran their course, I took it off, but it was fun for a while.
Let's go to this because you mentioned them at peacocking, and let's go to. I guess you can have 4 in there because we were going to do your regrettable purchases and favorite purchases of 2021. It can kind of be anything in there, but I was just going to mention like. As far as my collection, one regret that I have selling is my Great Goldran. Just all gold chrome, all at one. It took me like 2.5 years to finally complete that sucker. But dude, he was peacocking because he was just full. Well, not 100%, but like I mean, like 70,
so
30.
Much chrome.
Yeah, just gold chrome and giant wings and red missiles all over the place.
I like gold.
Yeah. I did a review on this. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, then it's going to be a long time. I guess you would just search my Great Gold Ran. But regrettable purchases and favorite purchases of 2021. You want to kick off, Dalton?
Yeah, first one that I really regret. I just got it because I thought it looked cool because, being a Sphinx and everything. But then I found out how bad the QC was with the Lightning Collection. So it's going to be King Sphinx is my first one.
Well, that's sad.
That new Power Rangers line? It's the Hasbro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess my second one would be Kingdom Rhinox. Like, having it in hand compared to the Thrilling 30, I'm disappointed more than anything. I kind of regret getting it now. But as far as like my favorite purchases this year, I'd have to say the Studio Series Retgar is definitely one of them, as well as I don't want to say Unicron because that was like a long payment plan, and kind of a cop out. So I'll say the Transart Ravage is probably one of my other favorites.
Transart Ravage. I'm trying to think of what that is.
Yeah, from the Beast Wars Ravage that's in the
Russian
master scale.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd grab it, but it's way over there.
All right.
Basically that.
Okay, so it's a masterpiece. All right.
Yeah.
What you got, Rick?
Worst stuff. Two things. Well, I might have three. Every time I buy a Transformers Generations, I feel like I'm buying it just to have most of them. I don't even have all of them, but sometimes I just feel like I'm buying it just to buy it, and especially when it comes to like Deep Cover comes to mind. Like I've bought that Sideswipe mold so many times that I actually feel bad about it. Like it makes me feel like I don't really like it, but yet I own it. So that's on my list, and there's a few of them, but that one comes to mind because it's like whatever. But honestly, every month, and this could be anything. I know you, Josh, kind of said it could be games, it could be comics, it could be novels, it could be anything. But I feel bad on the IDW Transformers comics front. And I'm going to take Beast Wars out of this equation because I actually enjoy the Beast Wars comic. And I like the talent attached to that book. But every time I buy an IDW Transformers comic this year and last year, I hope for the best, but the execution is the worst to me. And I think it's because Transformers More Than Meets the Eye got so good that it was recognized by a lot of people, who are into Transformers fiction as being some of the greatest Transformers stories and character development that they've ever done. It's sort of like the cartoons. We like Prime, we like G1, we like Beast Wars, but everything else is just kind of in the comics, it's worse. So I would say my most regrettable thing this year is every time I walk to the register, I look through my pile of comics, my subs, my pull list, and I see it, and I'm still buying it because I want to support Transformers in the comic book region because there have been times where it was the top book on my pull list. I'd say it's the worst book. I buy about 30 books a month. It's the worst book on my pull list, and that goes for Transformers Escape as well. Anyway, those two things come to mind as the top two things. There are others, but those are my tops.
I don't think I've heard about it.
Well, as far as the best stuff is pretty easy. I mean, how many do we want to name? I mean, there's tons of good stuff. The bad stuff.
I did just 4 total. So like me, I had 1 regret and then 3 favorites. But
I mean, there's a bunch of good stuff, but stuff that I keep coming back to. I've got one new thing that I'll share as well, but I'll tell you one purchase that was a good purchase. It's another book. Pixel Dan put out a Masters of the Universe book, and sometimes figures come and go, lines come and go. We have this week's stuff that we love, and maybe something we loved from a long time ago. When the books come out that are well done and they capture the entire collection of whatever the brand is, whether it's G.I. Joe or in this case Masters of the Universe, I look fondly on those books because the books help me keep my collection and what I need and what I have, and helps keep it organized. The older I get, the harder it is. The Masters of the Universe has become, even if you're just into classics and the new stuff, or you're just into the vintage, it's a pretty wide line. The classics alone was like 12 years or something. So I appreciate that book. I think it's a solid purchase. And it's something that I look at all the time because it helps me, again, organize my collection. So that's a purchase that I've probably looked at that book at least 20 times since I got it in. So that would be on my list. As far as figures, well, this is new, but this was on my list for things I was looking forward to. And it doesn't disappoint. This is the 332nd Ahsoka Trooper, or the 501st Deluxe, because it actually comes with, you can have the regular 501st, Anakin's troops marching up the steps to kill the younglings, or you can have this helmet from the last season of Clone Wars. And it's decked out. It's got like a magnetic backpack. It's got the effects for the rocket. It comes with like 10 hands, a ton of guns. I think like 4 different kinds of guns, like a phase 2 helmet, phase 3 helmet. It's well done. It's a well done deluxe, and the flight stand. So it's a well done deluxe figure, and I ordered 3 of them. I only have 1 so far that's come in, but that's probably my favorite hot toy so far this year. If I had one other one, the G.I. Joe line has been really good. And when we did our top 20, I don't want to repeat any of those. But I would say, Major Blood was my number 1. And I think he's still probably the best figure. But here's another new one that I think is super solid. And I actually like it more than the Breaker or the Snake Eyes. And I didn't think I would. Because to me, the original figure didn't really excite me, but I played with them a lot. But this one is just better executed, and at 6-inch scale, it's just more badass. The axes are more action oriented. Everything fits in his hands perfectly. This is another one like Major Blood. Even Major Blood had a slight flaw because his rockets kind of don't stay on that well. This guy is perfect. I can't say anything bad about him. All his connections with the hose connections on the backpack and his little gun and stuff. I don't know if you can really see that in there, but all those little connections are solid. The paint work, everything's perfect on this. So that's a line that I kind of have to mention it because I just think they're doing such a good job with that line overall, especially this year as opposed to last year. The only other thing I think that makes the list for me that has gotten me back into something that I was out of completely is McFarlane put Spawn in Mortal Kombat 11, and then he released a figure under the Mortal Kombat 11 last year. And that kind of kicked off an interest for me that I hadn't had since the 90s. I think I stopped collecting Spawn stuff in the 90s, probably late 90s. Maybe 2000, but somewhere around in there. But then that Kickstarter came out, and I've mentioned it before. It made my top 20 list. That Kickstarter figure came out. I really liked it, and I have to put that in that list too. I think that hit around March of this year, and it got me not just collecting some of the Spawn figures I missed, but some of the new Spawn figures that just started hitting. And then it also got me reading Spawn again, which I didn't think I would go back. But 300 was a big book. It came out in 2019, and I'm finding myself now. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm buying comic book back issues, and I haven't done that in years. So I think it's worthy of a mention that McFarlane is just kicking it out of the park, not just with his comics. He's beaten DC and Marvel for the first time, and like his books are selling out. And that's awesome, because I know originally when he left, that was a big deal. And I think finally he's right now he's kicking their asses, and it's great. But I think he's worthy of a mention because he's got products in the aisles all the time. And I think the fact that he's bringing back Spawn and making a big deal about it again, not just in the comics, but on the shelf, I think that's awesome. So that would be my last worthy mention.
All right, real quick on the chat. Looks like Randy Books said back as far as the add-on, he said he really liked the Metroplex head upgrade as well. And Legionado says, to me, still the best toy accurate Motor Masters Lone Wolf. Randy's, I'm going to say probably favorite is the Hot Toy Speeder Bike. And then Legionado says, I regret all G1 X Transbot Stunicons. No trailer. Too fragile. And then Randy says, my favorite is Toy World Devi. And Legionado, most important this year, Cybertron Primus, and Generations Beast Wars book as well. So get some books in there, some reading.
I need to pick up that book somehow.
Oh, no speeder bike is bad. Ooh.
Ouch.
That's
too big.
Yeah, that's he said too damn big. Yeah, I was gonna be like, man, it's a hefty price tag on something that's like regrettable. You hope that like you just regret like some $20 figure or something like that, like, oh man, I got too many of these, like, Sideswipe, different repaints.
Right.
Yeah. You're
army of
sideswipes. Like, So, what you got, Sport?
Well, I have to say I'm pretty fortunate this year. I don't really have any real regrets. I've been very careful with what I've been buying. Probably the closest thing I'd say would be the Kingdom tracks. Because
why you hating on?
I don't hate him. It's just I like him, but he doesn't hold together for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Which mode? In the car mode.
The car mode, yeah. The panels on the front quarter panels just don't stay in, and I hate that gap. It just drives me wild.
If it helps any with the looseness of the legs, this will.
There is a fix for it, apparently.
Mine's okay, but it took it a while.
Sport's got some lube. Hey, look, he's good.
Yeah, I got plenty of lube, but take that as you will. But as I said, I wouldn't really call it a disappointment. It's probably the closest thing to a disappointment because I really like the character. I like the way he looks. I just wish he held together a little better in car mode. But otherwise, he's cool. But like I said, I've been fortunate this year, But
fortunate in that you didn't open anything yet.
I opened him up.
I didn't say it, but I was thinking it.
I opened him up, but I don't have him here, sir. But I have to echo in terms of the things that I do like. I have to echo what Rick said about Pixel Dan's book. That is probably one of my favorite purchases of the year. I'm a huge Masters of the Universe fan, and that book is the most complete anything in print when it comes to Masters of the Universe toys, with the exception of the Origins line because that just came out recently. But if there's anything you want to know about the Masters of the Universe toys, if you're collecting any part of the line, whether it's the original toy line, the classics line, and you may have to piece together weapons or accessories that you want to make sure you have them all or you're trying to get them all, that's the book to get. And it also goes over variants and things like that. So it's a fun book to go through. It's a heavy book, but it is worth every penny. The other books that I've been getting lately, and I've been catching up on this, is the IDW comics. This is the hardbound.
Very good.
Are you familiar with these? It's IDW more than meets the eye. And
yeah, Dakota brought, like, I was like, yeah, I've never read the IDW comic. So he brings over like of those books. He's like, get started. I'm like, you're just staying over here for the weekend. Like, he just like, just brought them over here that way you can read. I didn't even read a single page of any of them. I'm like,
read fast, but they're $50 a piece, but they're worth it. I mean,
they're nice.
This is one of the nicest books I have. I'm really happy about getting these. I have a lot of reading to do apparently. The other thing I have to say, and I hate to generalize, but I can't pick just one. The Masters of the Universe Origins line. I know I'm using a broad brush here, but I can't pick a favorite figure.
Got to.
Okay, Faker. It does the feels for me, but it's just it's amazing how a line that is simplistic, because we have all these really intricate lines like Marvel Legends with lots of details, and Star Wars Black Series, and we all talk about how accurate the face sculpts are and the detailing and all of that. And Origins line goes the opposite direction, where they're faithful to the simplicity of the original line.
It's safe.
Yeah,
it's literally the vintage figure. In Faker's case, and to me, that's a good one too. It's exactly it's the original figure with a little bit more articulation.
Right down to the nephews, each a He-Man, Skeletor, and then Prince Adam on a sled for Christmases. So
the sled's cool.
Yeah.
The sled and Prince Adam was on sale at Target for like $9, and I'm like, well, that's a good deal. So I'll buy them each one of those, but I'm like, they don't just need a Prince Adam, So I was like, just get them the main guys, He-Man and Skeletor. So
it's a solid gift. I got that sled on sale too. Like I buy Christmas and birthday stuff early
all throughout the year. Yeah, I buy it all throughout the year.
Yep. Yeah, especially if it goes on sale like that did. That was a I'm getting it. I was waiting, and then finally it happened. I was like,
because I'm usually with the nephews, I'm able to buy them like, a couple $100, each worth of stuff, but only spend like maybe $60 or $70 or something like that,
And they'll remember as they get a little older. I mean, most of you guys, I don't have a lot of memories before 5, but once they get to that like 5 onward, they will. I mean, I remember it, so I know that these kids will remember it if you're buying them like awesome birthday and Christmas presents, dude.
Yeah, they're 2 and 6, so
yeah.
And the last one is the Super 7 Ultimates TMNT Rocksteady. I almost said Bebop. The Rocksteady that came out.
Yeah.
Man, what a great figure that complements Bebop. I love the size, the bulk. I mean, that just tickles my fancy right there. So that's my 4 right there.
All right. I only have one regrettable purchase because I've been paying a little bit more close attention to what I'm buying. And it was the Black Series Jackson, the green bunny. Because I don't even know who that character is.
The alien bunny? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know who that character is.
It's like a comics character.
Yeah, and so I don't care about him at all. And I would actually like to just get rid of him and then just be like, because I'm not a completist anymore because they just came out with too many damn exclusives.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, and then like, hey, we're gonna carbonize these, and we're gonna make this exclusive here and here. Then we're gonna make different variants. We're gonna add like one gun to them and do that. Make this exclusive. I'm like, or they'll do it like a 2-pack, and it's like, you already have 3 of this one character that's in this 2-pack. I want just that one guy. And they're like, no, you have to buy them both. That way you have 4 Boba Fett's. I'm like, no, that's too many.
The Santa's Workshop was, I had already stopped getting all of them, but that was the one where it was like, all right, done.
That broke you, huh?
That's the whole little Christmas theme right there. Sport, I think you've got a little
sound effect.
Yeah, sound effect for
what
that is. Yeah, because there were like 4 of them. There were like GameStop had one, Walmart, Target had one, and I can't remember who. Did Best Buy have one?
I
think it was the best.
I can't remember. Yeah,
those are like 4 of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's all. Yeah, so I'd rather be. I wish I didn't buy that, and then yeah, I'm just gonna buy what I want now. So
yeah.
Now 3 favorites. None of them are necessarily toys, but they go in this room and they kind of pull it together for me. The movie theater seats, I enjoy those. They're really good, kind of pull the room together. Then I'm going to say the PS5, just because I spent a lot of time on that.
Rub it in.
Because you were able to get one.
Rub it in.
And then for last favorite, I'm going to say my Glock 17, which I can't show on camera, but well, I don't have it over here anyway. But yeah, I love that thing, man. Just go to the range and yeah, my aunt and my mother, they were watching me and my uncle when we went and shoot, and like because I'm shooting like I would in a real life situation, so I'm like tat 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 tat, like emptying the mag, and he's kind of like aiming, lining up the shot. So, but mine, you could just see like dollar, 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 dollar,
Yeah.
dollar, the cartridges ejecting. So,
ammo's not cheap. Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm getting
you
at.
got to pick at least one figure. What's a figure that maybe wasn't on your top 20 from? So like this, this year, something that you didn't just put it in your detail for on a shelf or anything. You actually liked it. Like it's something that when you're in the room, it catches your eye and you're like, man, I got good feels about it.
Dude, I'd have to look up my Instagram to even remember. That's what I did. Dude, I was just having this conversation with Dalton. I'm like, dude, I basically use Instagram as like an inventory checklist of like, this is when I bought this. I can give you my figure of the week or the 3 weeks.
Yeah.
If we want to go there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a little Fangry here. Mike hooked me up with it. So yeah, and this is just because this is one where when they came out with the Headmasters and Target Masters, where I was like, dude, give me the juniors.
Yeah.
This is simple. These are simple, and you have people customizers making them, and I'm like, it's right there. It's easy. So
yeah.
He also sent me this
does yours
freaking thing and told me I owed him like $40 or something like that. So I'm just gonna give this to the nephew, one of them.
Does your Fangry suffer the loose knees syndrome?
Yeah, both of them are pretty loose.
That's
the Matrix
what I got
pose.
this for.
A1. Yeah. If you're married or have a girlfriend and she has fingernail hardener like polish, it's clear. I've been using that for years. It works. Although Fangry took 3 coats.
Or Pledge for
he took a while.
polish.
His knee was literally, if you hold him up, his knee would just go back and forth. So he took a few.
Let's see. And
that's funny. It's sad.
Alex Lemons joins us. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Any 2000X series fans here? I think everyone is.
Oh yeah.
And
I need to watch it again. I haven't watched it
pick up.
You have to.
At least pick up the Wreckers trilogy paperbacks. See,
that's good.
I don't want to because Dakota, he loves Wreckers. Like there's Beast Wars and then there's Wreckers, or it may go like that. And I just like to not watch it and tell him how crap it is. So. And then Randy Book says, I got a Beachhead. It's a really good figure. Yep.
Yes, it is.
That's a good one.
I read that wrong, and now I'm embarrassed. I read that completely wrong.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. So, I think with the G.I. Joes, it has been so stressful to buy them that once I obtain them, I'm like, I'm already worn out with you guys. I'm just ready to take you out of the package, just throw you on the shelf. Like, It's a stress, man.
That's the one that I'm most excited. Like when you talk about a line, that's the one I'm most excited about. Do we want to talk about the stuff that we're most excited about for the fall, though?
Yeah, let's go ahead and hit that up. So, 4 figures you're looking forward to the rest of the year. I just put the rest of the year of 2021.
That's a hard one.
Okay.
Narrow it down to 4.
That's an easy one.
Okay, well, really looking forward to Gnaw, the new Studio Series Sharkticon.
Okay.
Shatterglass Starscream. Artfire. And no surprise that it's all Transformers with me. And then the Titan class Black Zarek.
Okay. Right. I'm surprised that Shatterglass Starscream made it in there. But
I really like that really pristine white paint job.
Yeah. He's definitely white.
Not off white like Megatron.
Right.
What you got, Rick?
How many are we doing? 4?
4.
All right. No Transformers. Get that out of the way.
I didn't have Transformers either.
I mean, I like some of the stuff coming up, but all right. I'd say number 1 is this one's tough. I'm probably going to go with the Hot Toys Clone Wars Ahsoka, number 1. It's supposed to be out like around November. Maybe it'll be out. I don't know if it's going to hit its mark or not. It could be December, but number 1. And then number 2, Bobby Vala's Action Force. This is one that's also been hit with the shipping container issues and the production schedules and all that stuff, all the issues. But it's supposed to be hitting around October, I believe. If I had to pick one, I'd say the Steel Brigade Troop Builder. I'm looking forward to just getting hands on and seeing if they're better than classified or, I just want hands on with it at this point. I'd say number 3 is the HasLab Razor Crest. I'm excited about this Kickstarter. I love the vehicles for the 3 3/4 size figures. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm glad it comes with a flight stand and all the bells and whistles. And then probably last on the list, I'm looking forward to that Mattel exclusive Scareglow from MOTU Revelation.
Oh,
I want that in my hand. I want to play with that. Well, that's my top 4.
Wow.
All right, Sport. What you got?
Well, I'm going to go with third party with the X-Transbots youth version of Motormaster, which is their G1 toy deco of Motormaster.
That just tells you that there's too many variants of these third-party things that you have to be like, it's the cartoon or toy variant, but it's got like the lighter purple and
Well, there's significant differences between that and the cartoon style, so it's got a lot more detail and it really looks sharp. I love it. I'm not going to get the trailer. I'm just going to get the bot. The second one would be the Fans Toys Chomp, which is their crocodile headmaster.
Skull Cruncher guy? Yeah.
Well, yeah, Skull Cruncher. Thank you. And I called him by the Fans Toys name. Sorry. So that's going to complete my set right there. Hopefully it'll come out by the end of the year, like it says. And because they always delay it.
It's Fans Toys. So.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. Believe it or not, I'm hoping for Pipes. Isn't that scheduled for this year? Or am I wrong on
might
that?
be probably like December.
What, Hasbro
Probably.
Pipes?
Yeah, it's the repaint of Huffer.
Hasn't been officially announced yet. Like no pre-orders or anything yet.
Hasn't. I've got a picture of it up here.
And the Super 7, the next wave of Ninja Turtles Ultimates. If I had to pick one, it would be Donatello. That would complete my set, and I can finally retire from Super 7 Ninja Turtles after that.
Yeah, after they put things up for pre-order for 2 years and still haven't put them out.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, speaking of Super 7 putting stuff up for pre-order and never giving it to us, 3 of those things made my list. But number 1 is going to be the Hot Toys Clone Wars Ahsoka. Rick and I, we finally getting that Ahsoka and Hot Toys. Something that we've been asking for a few years. That we're just like, just make it. I'm telling you, it will sell. You know,
it's so popular. Why not?
Again, it was one of those things where Black Series, we were like, why is this taking so long? You know, and Hot Toys were like, why is this taking so long? You know, and so and it's almost like they didn't realize. Was it like they didn't realize how popular she was with fans? And me and you were here. We're like, yeah, dude. Like as soon as they started to put her like, here's Clone Wars. Oh, it's skyrocketed. Rebels, like everybody wants it. Hey, now she's in Mandalorian. Everybody wants it. You know, like, hey, now we'll make her a spinoff series. Hey, who knew that this was a popular character? You know, it's like,
and to be fair,
characters.
I don't think we would have gotten that Clone Wars version if they hadn't have gone back and done a final season and Filoni hadn't have gone back and put that on Disney Plus. That's why we ended up getting it. And Black Series too. Otherwise, I think we would have just gotten the Mandalorian version. So thank God for the final season of Clone Wars.
My second, Super 7 Mumra, the Ever Living. Like,
oh yeah,
that was supposed to come out like early in the year.
Yeah,
and then whatever happened, like the cargo like went to the bottom of the ocean or something. I have no idea what happened, but that was supposed to be Wave 2. It's coming out after Wave 4.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So the other one is going to be Super 7 Chitara. You know, want to round that out, and because that's the one like little shelf there that's like, man, it needs some love. It just has those Mattel ones been sitting there for a long time, you know. And Super 7 Tigra, you know, I want to that way. I think that'll give me like the main cast there, you know, because you already got Lionel and Panthro, and then I've got the Wally Cat, you know.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's other ones that are good in the line, but I'm like, finish out the main cast. Give me Mumra, the Ever Living, and you know, obviously I want the other ones because unless you're just getting like a million Bertle Bears, like it does. The line doesn't go deep. Like
well, you have Monkey on and Slice. Yeah,
as long as they're taken out to come out with waves, then it may be something that my nephews will have to finish collecting because I'll be in the ground, so it's taking them a long time. But let's see. We have Legionaro says number 1 is going to be Raiden. He says either the official and Moon Studio. I guess if it comes out, whichever one comes out. Number 2, Spawn Violator. Number 3,
dude, that figure is phenomenal. I think I have all the older Violator figures. This one, it's real. I just got it this week, and it is amazing.
Wow. Number 3, I don't even know how to pronounce that. What is that? Archie Core Frost Light?
Frostlight?
I have no idea what that is.
What is it?
Arc Core Frostlight or Arch Core?
I'm not sure. I don't know what that is.
I have never heard of that.
And then number 4 is Dynazeman.
Dynazeman?
I don't know what that is either. Is that some Japanese thing? Well,
over my head too. So I
sounds like what I do in the bathroom.
No. No, you ain't good.
We call that.
We're not talking about stuff like that.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and get my screen share. Am I doing it right? And
I hope you're doing it right.
You're looking at Instagram, right?
What's this button do?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let Rick kind of take this over. So we're looking at Skydro Walker.
Yep, Skydro Walker on Instagram.
Mm.
I've been looking at his pics for a while, and some of the ones I sent to Josh. Some of the stuff I like is the smoke effects and the lighting. He did some really cool, kind of like group Fight Club shots here, and sometimes not all the same lines. Sometimes it's like G.I. Joe and Star Wars Black Series and a little bit of all that, but I think he does a really good job with those things, and that he uses depth of field a lot. But again, like practical effects with smoke and just that the environments are really well done. Yeah. Like I said, depth of field used really well. So Storm Shadow with some archery time going on. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
And the Cobra Commander. Look at the light coming through there and the trees that he set up, and
it kind of looks like kind of shining, reflecting off the helmet too. So
yeah,
that's cool.
It's nice. Yeah, so just a solid toy photographer. Always like, when these show up in my gram, so always take a second to look at what he's up to. He does a lot of stuff with the classified stuff, which I'm into. Some nice shots, a little storytelling going on there. You can see Flint getting ready to put on a Viper helmet.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, anytime there's a little bit of storytelling going on, you can tell they took some time to think about the scene, and it's not just showcasing the new figure. It's nice. So yeah, hit him up. If you guys see any other toy photography you like, hit me up, let me know. Or if you're a toy photographer or just starting to take pictures, let us know.
All right, I'm just gonna kind of graze through this. There's just a couple of pictures here though, but there's your pipes. I'm really surprised that made your top 4.
I was too, especially I know there's a lot of Origin stuff on tap too. Like MOTU Origins. I'm surprised pipes.
I do like you can rotate the cab around for robot mode.
I don't know. I just always had a soft spot for pipes. He was one of my favorite mini-bots when I was a kid.
You might have to drop that S because it only looks like he has one.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's got painted rims, so
yeah.
And here's this guy. So
yeah, apparently they're going around calling him Silver Streak since the obvious silver one, gray one, whatever, is Blue Streak. So
yeah, talk about messing up the names.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable conversion sticker set to turn it into alternators, smokescreen.
What set is he in? What line is he a part of, Dalton?
I think he's supposed to be the
Selects.
Well, yeah, I think he's supposed to be a Selects figure.
Figures.
Now, this is pretty cool, and I'm glad I didn't hang on to that Headmaster Perceptor. I think it was.
I sold mine too. Yeah.
I've still got mine, but oh well.
But this is an all new mold, right?
I believe so.
This has nothing to do with the Titans Return one.
I mean, it should be an all new.
It's studio. If it's studio, is it Studio Series?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then it's all new. It has to be.
It's movie the best. There we go.
Looks good. Excited for it.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting this? I'm passing on this because I'm like, I already bought Starscream. I don't need this little coordination thing that he wore for 10 seconds.
I'm a sucker. I'm getting it.
I'm getting
I like
it.
The throne.
It's Studio Series. I support that. Right now, that's probably the main thing I support for Transformers. So I'll support it.
I just wish they did some. Go ahead.
The articulated hands.
They changed some of the things to make it more even more accurate, Dalton? Do you know?
Yeah, they got rid of the stripes on the fins to make them look more like the cartoon version, and then they added the 2 little gray streaks in the middle of the back. I guess he had that in the movie.
How about
as
the
far
blue?
as molding?
Any paint differences on the blue?
I don't think so. I just know the only molding they changed was I think they gave him more of a smirking face and the opening hands.
I just wish they changed the legs. Remolded it to look more
at the
like...
very least. At the very least, the feet.
Yeah.
This is a bigger box though. Like that's for just a couple little things change, and like the coronation is going to take up a lot of room, and then the little chair is going to take up a lot of room. I'm just like, and it's going to be, what is it going to be for, like $50?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, liter price.
No, thank you. Now got 2 of these boys on pre-order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might order a third and a skirt. Just swap the Scourge at a Walmart or something. I don't know. Because I guess these are supposed to be like a more vibrant blue compared to Scourge, where he's more of that muted kind of indigo shade.
Mm-hmm.
But the only difference is they just swap the hands around. And they didn't encourage you.
Need them. I got to have at least 3 of those boats flying around in front of my Planet Unicron. That is the whole reason I bought that beach ball, is to put those guys in front of him flying around.
The evil beach ball.
It seems like they might be getting rid of the windows in the packaging, especially with leader class, because we're seeing that with Starscream.
And that worries me because of all the figure swapping going on.
They talked about it.
You're going to see they're all missing heads.
Yeah.
They got to up their quality control to do that that change.
Yeah, that's why I'm just going to order online from now on. Like, otherwise, I'm just going to open it in the store, take a look. Okay, buy it.
That's going to be insane. You know that?
Can you imagine?
And I see
the Titans Returns where they're all headmasters and they didn't have like the window. Dude, they're all
not like what they're
heads.
doing with the LeBron James with the Space Jam toys.
Yeah, someone told me that that's like some TikTok thing.
Yeah,
which I don't get on TikTok because I'm damn near 40. So
all I know is like
my nephew's like other grandmother, like on whatever the girl song or whatever, and she was like, "Oh, Josh, you should check this out on TikTok." I'm like, I don't have that because I'm damn near 40 and you're older than I am, so I don't know why you're on there.
Pretty. that paint job on our fire looks gorgeous.
I like the molds, so I'm definitely in on this one.
Wait, give us Road Hauler already. That's all they need to do is just give us that green crane.
Get her done.
I think I'm done with the I want to get all the different colors and all that. I'm just like Hall Inferno, or what was it, Grapple and Inferno. I'm like, that's all I need. That's good. This looks great. I love the colors. It looks really good. But yeah, I'm done. You know, I think it's more because like they increased all the prices, and now I'm like, you know, to buy all your different little repaints and stuff, you can just name them something else. Like, you know, I'm kind of out on that. So I guess that's where I'm kind of, you know, cutting the cord.
Yeah, gotta draw the line somewhere, I guess. Yeah.
I get that.
Just need some Japanese. Just need some kanji on the side there.
I mean, it was just Transformers Prime whenever I mean, try to think of how long ago that was. Deluxes were like $10, and Voyagers were $15. Yeah, it doubled.
Yeah, Prime is what? Is Prime 11 this year?
11.
So in like 10 years, the prices doubled. That's where I'm just like, yeah, I can't buy all your different colors and stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of different colors.
Yeah, there you go.
Fans hobby.
He's very red.
We just needed that.
We know this isn't Hasbro's car Transformers brand, but this is a character Super Genrai, and then it's the Fire Guts mode. So like they come out with different color, like multiple different colors. Right. We were talking about that City Commander, with that one Optimus or that one vehicle. How many different colors did that thing have? Like at least a dozen, right?
I feel like I have
more
6
than
or 7.
that.
I feel like I have at least that many. And then they released them more than once, like you were saying. Some of them were released twice.
So I mean, we know that they love to come out with multiple colors of just the same thing. Like, hey, we made this mold, but let's sell you multiple times. Like the Seekers, look at all those people that have deluxe Seekers that were all like, I gotta complete them all and stuff, and now they're Voyager. What they should have been to get from the get go. And they're going to come out with all the colors and all the characters and stuff, and they'll keep making up new characters, just paint them different colors.
Yep. Man, if Takara would have just put this out using the current mold, I would have been happy. We need a new official Farragut.
Well, Farragut, you only got the original one, the G1, and then you got the BotCon one, right? That didn't have any of the armor stuff, though. Those are the only two.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we got the Takara Legends God Genrai set as God Bomber, perfectly fine with that. Of course, you would have had Perfect Effect making the regular Genrai for it, but even then, that's like $40. So. I mean, it looks good. I'm just.
Oh yeah, like 5 years ago, I would have bought it.
I think they're just in so deep with so many things now that it's kind of past time for Farraguts. Like they should have done this before Thunderclash.
There's a lot of other cool lines out right now too. I mean, we've talked about a lot of it tonight. It's getting really competitive where you want to spend your money. Mm-hmm. That's for me. Third party was the first to go.
Like here's a X Transbots, Masterpiece scale Perceptor. We just saw a nice, Perceptor from Hasbro. It's not Masterpiece scale, but
right.
But that studio series is just. I think it's really, really good though. I'm not saying like, hey, it's right under Masterpiece, but I mean it's damn good.
It's good. Yeah.
But for those who missed out on the Fans Toys pre-order of Tesla 2.0, this is probably a good option. And a lot less expensive.
Probably better with the accessories that it comes with.
Yeah, that's true. Because he's loaded with accessories. Good ones, too. I mean, his transformation should be pretty simple, so they can't possibly, hopefully, not mess it up.
It's third party. You never know, especially with X Transbots.
Yeah, right. But I'm hoping they got this one right.
His arms have the dials. No, they become the legs of the microscope. Mm-hmm. Everyone's getting on blast effects. I wouldn't be surprised if the next Hasbro line ends up just everyone comes with a blast effect.
That's their new gimmick. I'd rather have that than them put a bunch of crappy paint apps all over it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and don't put them on the body because that just kind of looks tacky and just having these little pimples all over. Just on the gun. That's it.
Yep.
You said like
I like them on the feet.
You have them where they're like pimples, and I'm just thinking like these, like he's got like the little blast effect, but you could plug them into his face where it's like he's a teenager just popping in front of a mirror or something.
Robot zits. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It comes with some flasks.
Yeah.
He's holding that one upside down though.
Is that? Yeah, I was like, it looks like he's like making like a martini here, but I think that's supposed to be a beaker, and it's just upside down.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like an Erlenmeyer flask, and yeah.
That would be funny. I'd like to see him in a.
Oh wow,
we talked about
that
comics
so
earlier.
Cool.
Seeing him like as the mixologist at McAdams, that would be a lot of fun.
Probably really good at it.
From the one episode, right?
Microbots.
Yeah.
They go inside Megatron's body. Dude, it's so funny whenever they're all like just trash drunk, the Decepticons, and Laserbeak takes off and just crashes.
Yeah, they're all liquored up.
I remember watching that being like, what is this? And as I got older, I'm like, they're all hammered, man.
Yeah. I love how they got him here, like holding him as if they're his own personal figurines.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, this is my collection.
Oh yeah, it comes with a lot of faces too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is that all like okay? I was like, have we even looked at the transformation yet? I'm like, there's a lot of pictures here.
That is I mean, I don't know how to even react to it because it's a microscope mode. They all look pretty damn near the same. So, like I said, that's a pretty good microscope mode. It's just
his eyes are like real close together too. I know it's not going to be perfect because it's small, but
it's better than have them lopsided like some of the Star Wars Black Series stuff from a few years ago.
Yeah, look at his eyes, man.
Yeah,
like who did these faces? NECA.
These
are they commissioned to do these?
These are really blown up, though. I mean, not gonna look that bad.
At least they have faces on like the Masterpiece stuff.
Yeah, dude, he's got this sucker turned upside down like a martini glass or something. I mean, it goes with the episode, you know. That he's just sitting there, you know, they're all just getting smashed. So.
Yeah.
It's cool that it comes with all three weapons.
Yeah, extra spots told.
Didn't recognize the one at the bottom though.
Hold my beer. Yeah. And didn't they?
No, so it's like a welding torch.
Oh, that's pretty
there we go. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Perceptor.
Now, here is gray prototype that we can look at, or we can look up at color mock-up. Which one?
Color.
I mean, I'm game for either one. So.
All right. Well, see all those faces. It looks like they're kind of going with the same thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think you can give Galvatron too many accessories other than the Matrix on the chain or his toy rifle. That's really it.
This one's been a long time coming. Literally years. It's finally happening.
The base part of the cannon just looks a little...
for Chikara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the way, boys. That's what I missed one. Let's see, is that all of them? Okay, with the I missed one of my looking forward to in 2021. It's Masterpiece G1 Galvatron. So
a surprise in stock, just out of nowhere, no announcement, no pre-order, just it's in stock.
I mean, they had a lot. To be fair, though, they had a lot of important stuff to get out with all those skids.
Yeah.
So, just putting that out.
And the RC repaint.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want Nightbird before Galvatron, right?
And then the possible.
Which I didn't see that knee there. You know, so if you bend it more, then he's just gonna have a gap there. That's ugly.
I wonder if it's like what's going on with some of the Siege stuff, to where it's like a double joint, like that's maybe a transformation joint.
It looks like there's a joint here and then right here, so this can go kind of in the middle to kind of space it out a little bit. But yeah, I don't think that looks good with the joint in the back.
The cannon mud is the only thing that's really ruining it for me because it just looks so thick at the base, like just disproportionate as the canon.
Pretty good. It's not a terrible Galvatron. I mean, it's not as good as the one that Car's currently working on right now, but
yeah, when they should make a trailer for it. Whenever they do release it, they need a trailer where it's like 12 years in the making.
Dude, like
predicted on Cybercast for the past 12 years.
It's finally here.
Beyond good, beyond evil.
Dude,
beyond more better.
You know how they should just start doing these things is, you know how like young couple, they have like gender baby reveals and stuff like that, to where like they had the balloon and they're like, all right, Hex, you ready? I'm like, it's gonna be Galvatron, and then they blow the balloon up and it's like, you know, like confetti of like a different character, or maybe it's Galvatron, you know.
It should just be Galvatron
and Grant's Astro Train
blowing the balloon up.
Oh,
X-Trans bots as well. Bond and James, dude, they have no bounds, man.
They're cranking it out. Yeah.
They're like, dude, we're trying to get like lawsuits on everybody.
They're shaken and stirred. Yeah.
Yeah, they could have done that like that, like shaken and stirred. Just.
Yeah.
What's really cool about this is they're doing two different versions as releases. So you got the Japanese from, was it Headmasters, and then just the regular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what, the only thing with I mean, you'd obviously want the Japanese version, right? Everybody would want that, I would think.
I ordered both.
His character, to where, you know, it's basically, it's the back of him when he's like, you know, now I'm a spy, Decepticon spy. Like, what if a Decepticon walks up behind him and is just like, yo, that's Punch right there. He's just got his head covered.
Get him.
You know?
I do like that car mode. Like the fastback Hero looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I just want to. It better be able to roll. I'm looking at that thing from the side, and I'm like, that's about an eighth of an inch clearance. And you know, that's one of my things. Like, if it needs to roll, don't make it so close that it's got to roll. There's a lot of stuff I've had to mess with this past year or two. They keep doing it.
What's one layer of paint?
that can make a difference sometimes.
Yeah, probably.
As long as it rolls. It's got one job in car mode, you know, really.
Rum. Yeah. Looks good though.
Yeah.
This reminds me of just how bad the Power of the Primes one turned out.
Yeah, that was a disappointment.
How are the Prime? What is that? The one I have? I wonder.
The Amazon one.
Yeah.
Is that the first one? I know they have one that they released that was more recent, and I didn't get that one.
The same one, it's just different colors.
Yeah, it was the same one. Yeah. Runamuck looks good.
A little plain. I mean, he's got those little pimple things that you're talking about. You can put little blast effects shooting out his thighs and stuff.
Makes me wonder if you can get them down into the old battle charger pose.
The Hasbro one looks better to me than this.
I do like the Hasbro recent releases. Those are pretty good.
I mean, at least he's a Trans Am instead of just a generic sedan.
Right. Looks good to me.
You got what? Some type of engine parts in there, okay.
Yeah, it's a Cybertronian engine.
It's cool with the wheels down there at the bottom to kind of give you that feel of, you know, battle charger or whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if it looks like they could be faux wheels like they did with Motormaster.
Maybe.
It's like maybe like the real ones are inside the leg and the backpack.
Yeah, based on the size. Yeah,
that Lotus looks really good. Yeah, I think the runabout looks a lot better than Run Amok.
Yeah, but you got to have them both together.
Right.
Yeah. If you get one, you might as well get the other.
They're skinny on the side.
Yeah. I like their breakdown.
Oh, weren't you asking for this sport?
I was.
Omnibots?
Mm-hmm. And my dream came true.
They're the only company who's doing them, which sucks.
Yeah.
I really want Hasbro to get on these guys.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I haven't touched them since G1. Like they did that thing with the car where you vote and it was a wheeljack for downshift. But
that's how they should be continuing to use Generation Selects, but they're not.
Well, I think with the Omnibots you'd need completely new molds.
Yeah.
Probably, but I still think it should be
like those
easy to obtain, and
they could probably retool something, but yeah.
So for me, Generation Selects, I like it best when they crank out something that looks like it could have been a BotCon exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that means sacrificing a brand new mold.
Ooh.
Was it Overdrive? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that car mode.
Yeah, car looks hot.
Ferrari.
Or is it a Ford with fake parts on it? Or no, it was a Chevy, wasn't it?
Chevy.
I just remember us sitting at the hotel at BotCon with that fake Ferrari driving around.
Yeah, it was it wasn't even a V8 or like an S. It was a V6 Camaro with a Ferrari F50 body on it. And when you heard it, you're like, that's a V6. Like,
it was sad.
Dude's probably spent well over $10,000 for his body modification. It's crazy.
Camshaft.
Should have made recorded video because that dude, he drove around the parking lot like he thought he was like hot stuff, man. Like we would all just be out there like, oh my god, this dude's just driving around in an F50, you know.
Good RX-7.
What's his name, Dalton?
Camshaft.
Thank you.
These guys are just so cool and interesting as far as just like the character design.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go, Sport.
Oh no.
X-Transbots, Gravestone.
Yeah,
I sold
love those colors.
G2, yeah.
I sold mine.
You did?
Yeah,
you bought this
sold them at no, the other four.
Love those colors though.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the Generation Selects because we know that's coming with those listings.
Dreamstar Toys. It's a aerial bot. Which one?
It looks like Skydive.
Yeah, because they're calling it High Dive, I think. So probably.
Well, then looking at the picture of the jet, it looks like the F-16.
Let me see. Wait till I get to the. I used to have in elementary school. They do those book fairs. I don't know if they did those when you're in school, but like the Pizza Hut like a button when you get stars when you read so many or whatever, and you get like a free little personal pan or whatever.
Personal pan piece. Yep.
Yeah. So, and they would have book fair, dude. So that's a F-16 Falcon. I would go buy I would always want the bookmarkers. Like sometimes I didn't even walk out of there with a book. I just walked out with the jet bookmarkers because I thought they were cool. Yeah, no combine mode though. Alien Attack, showing some renders of masterpiece scale little movie figures or whatever.
Crankcase and crowbar.
Easy pass for me.
So. Yeah, this seems ambitious.
Yeah,
I think there were a lot of people that were like, you know what? If someone would just please make a masterpiece, movie style of these guys. It seems like there were a lot more characters that they could have done instead, but
yeah,
I guess if they're the only ones doing it, then I mean, they've cornered the market on this. I just don't know if anyone wants them.
Isn't the only other thing they've put out the Dino? Isn't that still the only thing they put out?
I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense doing that whole freeway scene. So Dino, then the Dreads. So I guess after this, we could expect Hatchet, the one that was on all fours.
Yeah.
I think the coolest things about these guys is Crankcase here, just his design, and then the vehicle modes. Like the Suburbans with the dual light bars.
Yeah. And then you got some more Alien Attack. You need some Hound?
Oh, I forgot they were doing this too.
I'm like a fat ballerina.
Which is said that they're not even naming him that. Like, they have the perfect opportunity to.
Yeah. He should have been called Bulkhead.
I mean, that's honestly who he was. Like a mix of Bulkhead and Roadbuster.
Dude, I still get people commenting on some toy hunting video I made like almost 10 years ago, where I called Hound Bulkhead or something, and then people were still trying to correct me. I'm like, do you not look at the comments? Like, I've been corrected 150 times already. But
just one more.
I'll be the one to let him know how dumb he is.
I'll show him.
This idiot he's been walking around the past 10 years thinking that this was Hound or Bulkhead or whatever.
Look at that, Bulkhead.
Let's see, who is this again?
It was like deformation something.
Deformation Space or Deformation Space?
Mm-hmm. It's
probably
Zeta. Yeah.
It does look a little bit better than the new Masterpiece.
Really?
Well, in some aspects, like he actually has a waist swivel.
Yeah, that's a big plus right there. And the chest, the canopy looks better.
Yeah, it looks a little more slim. It's not like he's puffing out his chest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe someone told the official to say it with his chest, and he's permanently doing that.
I don't know. Is it like wings look kind of small when he's in robot mode here?
I wonder if that's just with the way they hinge back and around. Like,
yeah, probably. But it's clean in the back, real clean. You got so many that are out there. You got the Make Toys, you got the official, you know.
Well, after seeing this and the official, like the Make Toys looks Like, it was like the Make Toys is going for more toy aesthetic, whereas this is going more tune.
Yeah.
I thought that it may be a jet mode, but no. This is Legend Scale, New Age Toys.
Wow.
Look at all these little pieces for a Legends figure, man. Like, you can't even clip your fingernail.
Have to use tweezers.
Yeah, I was like, you have to keep like a couple of nails growing so you can even get up in there.
Well, that's why you buy the Masterpiece Preceptor. You put it under the microscope, and you have the tweezers. You can transform them that way.
It would be like those guys that were showing off the Toy World Devastator, like the giant gross fingers. And I heard a bunch of people complaining about how his chest works, like it flips around.
Yeah,
everything like
it looks
fake windows.
It looks bad from the top.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he's got like a bra or something on.
Yeah.
Art says, saw a transformation video of that Starscream. It looks like a nightmare to transform. Think Transformer Elements Optimus Prime transformation.
I'll look back at that.
The worst thing I've ever transformed before was the full set of, was it Fans Projects, Stunnicons, Minosaur,
yeah, dude. Diesel.
Dude, I felt sick after that video.
Well,
and I did it.
I mean, that was the blood loss
mostly. One cut and one.
What
cut.
About the other one? I remember, other than Diesel, was that first Masterpiece Megatron.
Apollyon.
I remember staying up like all night trying to figure that out, and I actually had like the sweats, like a deep summer sweat going on by the time I finished. It was rough.
Afterwards you're just like, God, who turned the freaking heat up in here, man? It's like 95 degrees. And you like look over there and you're like, no, it's 70. I'm just been sitting here sweating, so.
Collector has a stroke transforming a transformer.
Here's a little
converting
from Shockwave Lab. If you guys are
I might pick that setup. Because I think Unicron could benefit from the light up eyes.
Oh no, it's something else. I saw a post and it was something about like what if or whatever.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Ant-Man.
And then I was just like, I said, this is just stupid, or something like that. Dude, a couple of people got so offended by that, like just used all, I don't know how many, 140 characters or how, like just to write me some essay of how I should keep to myself or something like that. I'm like, dude, you wrote like a huge tweet. And I think one of them I responded to, I think. Oh yeah, because I just went, I'm like, is this like a Marvel fanboy, like everything Marvel puts out there just like? So I just pulled up their, like, let's look at their, profile or whatever, and I just looked at like the last 3 tweets that they have, and they were all like Marvel related. And so I was just like, dude, you're a Marvel fanboy, it's fine. I get it, And he quote tweets his own self when he mentioned something about like DC like a day or so ago.
Wow. I see a lot of people complaining about how that Invisible Woman looks.
Oh yeah,
that head sculpt is bad. Yeah.
Is anybody picking any of the Fantastic Four stuff up? Anybody not have Fantastic Four that wants Fantastic Four?
Dude, I'm not picking any of this stuff.
No.
Look, I think Fantastic Four is a dead property, but we all can agree we've seen at least 2 versions of every one of these in the last 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
They're all Walgreens exclusives just a year ago.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. When was the last time Fantastic Four was like really good? Now, nostalgically, the original comics are pretty killer, but that was Yeah, that was a long time ago. They can't get the cinematic universe right. They've tried. I mean, we've had at least 3 Fantastic Four movies, maybe 4. They
But
can't
let's
get
hope
that
that
right.
I saw something where someone put up something and it had the comic, and it like even on the comics is like the greatest selling comic of all time or something, or the greatest. And I'm like, dude, that's like 50 or 60 years old. Like
Yeah.
it hasn't been the greatest comic for
And
like
Decades.
anyone that was alive when this was the greatest
Yeah.
comic. Like they are
Yeah.
really old. Like they're
Yeah.
older than their parents.
Exactly. So what gets me is that Galactus HasLab that's currently going on. Look, if there's anybody out there that's looking for like a partner that would be fully committed, if you find a Marvel Legends fan, evidently like diehard Marvel Legends fan are so committed they will buy everything. Because when was the last time Galactus was important? Let's just put that out there. And there's already a fairly giant
they
Galactus
were gonna
toy out
tease
there.
them. They teased them at the end of was it the second fit? Yeah, the
Yes.
Fantastic Four Silver Surfer or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
The smoke cloud.
Yeah, and then I was just like, that movie fell on its face, and then they tried to reboot it again, and then that movie fell on its face because they were only the Fantastic Four for like the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Right.
Like I said, man, Marvel Legends collectors, they're a different. Like I cherry pick them, and I love the ones that I have. There's some stuff coming up I want. Every once in a while, they do something obscure that only I like, and I'll get them. But this Fantastic Four stuff that they're pushing, I don't get it. Who is buying it?
Like I even think like your general, because like I'm not even Fantastic Four fan, but like I've watched all 3 of the movies that they came out with for them.
Yeah, seen some cartoons. I've read some comics.
Yeah, seen some cartoons. You read a comic here and there. But like just so I would, and we're at X-Men, Spider-Man, or at least I am. Some of the people that are in the Avengers and all that stuff.
Yep.
But your general Marvel Legends fan, who is this guy? I don't think they know.
Right.
Because I'm looking at.
I just know from the news announcements.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, before they announced that who this was, like honest, you have to be like, dude, I knew exactly who this guy is. If you're just a general Marvel Legend fan.
I would have known when I was in my 20s and Toy Biz was a thing because I think I bought most of the Toy Biz figures. But that's been a long time ago.
Oh, hey, it's Blitzwing 5000 here. Hey, what's up, man? Bill says I didn't even see the movies, so like
you didn't miss much.
The only one I haven't seen was a Fan 4 stick, and that was by choice. Like,
and again, before this announcement, who knows who? If you're just a general Marvel Legends fan, who knows who?
I knew this guy because he was in X-Men, and I bought all the X-Men comics. And that's how I would have known this guy.
I just hope that Marvel Studios is better with their take on the Fantastic Four. Like, please, just one good movie. Like the first one, I liked it because it didn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Yeah, the first one was all right.
I like the older ones more than I like the newer one.
Yeah.
I mean, freaking like, come on.
Yeah, I mean this is just a Toy Biz redo, which is what they're doing with the others. I just think Spider-Man, when they do it for Spider-Man and X-Men, it's so much more relevant to me.
Action figure expert, but the Sacramento, he's a Psycho Man, and then that's High Evolutionary. Yeah, but I know that you like a lot of Marvel stuff. I'm saying like the general fan. Like they're not gonna know a whole lot about Fantastic Four just because it's not hot like it was 50 years ago.
Yeah, they can't seem to make it hot. They can't figure that out. I pitched it to my wife the other night because we were talking about I was like, who is buying these figures? And I'm like, how could they redo Fantastic Four? I'm not going to pitch it on here, but I pitched it to her. Like, how would you make it hot again or modern without changing what makes the character the character?
How would you make it good?
I'll tell you offline if you wanted to know. I can't sell my ideas online.
And then Cannonball with the legs, but he's in a 3-pack, So I was like, he comes with that. Already have the other Cannonball, that's like this,
right?
And I'm good with him with no legs, I mean that was his deal, right?
Well, I mean, he had legs.
And then,
but when he was using his powers, you couldn't see him.
Yeah, and then whenever you had those old cards, like it was always with him, like blasting or whatever. The cards I'm talking about.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then Domino, it's like, already got a good Domino.
Yeah.
I just needed the Richter, so I wanted the Cannonball legs just so I could have a second pose. Yeah, I want my whole X-Force.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need him. So like this is an easy pass for me. This 3-pack.
I like that it was easy to get though. I always enjoy that.
It's because it was easy pass.
I just want someone to sell me the Ursa Major parts.
I've got one because I bought Ultron. I had to say yes to that Ultron. You're welcome to that one. If you're collecting it.
Dude, this is the card I'm talking about right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, X-Men cards were so awesome.
I loved them. Yep.
The hand, okay, whatever. I mean, here we are, like, hey guys, remember you said you wanted? Yeah, we wanted them in like all the Star Wars troopers and stuff like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's
the hand. To me, the hand they haven't been cool since Frank Miller was writing Daredevil and the Elektra, all that stuff. I was in high school when that was coming out.
Oh, and then you're getting Frankie Raynova or whatever.
Yeah.
Some naked gold chick. I guess it's cool. The hair's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool looking figure.
And then Blight. For your Batman Beyond stuff. That looks pretty cool.
I got Shriek and Batman Beyond, but I think the other few I'm gonna skip.
And then you wanted some gold label Azrael
repaint.
Yeah. McFarlane, man, he's gonna come through with that repaint stuff.
He loves it, especially this one. This is what, his third or fourth? I don't know. It's been a bunch.
Wow.
Pre-order now at Walmart.
I'm still lost
exclusive, I guess. I mean, who knows? I'm sure somebody, but. And then gold label, Energized Superman.
Oh.
It's another repaint.
Yeah, that's like a Series 1 figure.
That is such a weird design. Doesn't even look like if it didn't have ugly. That symbol, it's just.
We'll come out and say it that paint job looks ugly. It's like that was a Superman figure that was a statue, and like some kids just came by and just graffitied all over it.
It reminds me of the Hot Toys stuff that they're doing with the Iron Man figures to make it look like Tron and some of that weird stuff.
Yeah.
Hot Toys is famous for that stuff too.
I get you Birds of Prey.
I don't know if I'll get this or not. I mean, I watched the movie, but I like the other version of.
I didn't think
Harley
was very good.
And I didn't feel like her. It's hard to make Harley's costumes not look great, but I'm not crazy about this version.
Yeah, I think it looks ugly.
Yeah, and that's hard to do on that lady. I mean, that actress is a good-looking actress. So.
Oh yeah. And some more McFarlane. So you got you're talking about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Bill says looks like some Power Ranger stuff.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, in the next tab, we've got some Power Ranger stuff. You like Turtles? You like Power Rangers? What if they were together?
Oh my.
That kind of goes back to I like fish. I like ice cream. I don't want fish flavored ice cream though.
Yeah.
So like stuff doesn't have to go together. Just because you like two things doesn't mean that hey, let's combine them because we know that you'll definitely like this. Like, no, not everything needs to be combined.
Yeah, some things just don't go together.
And look, I love the writer of that comic, that particular crossover comic. I read all his other stuff, but I get the Mighty Morphin book and the Power Rangers comic. I get both of them. When this came out, I didn't touch it because sometimes I don't like my food to touch. Sometimes.
Dude, I do not like my food to touch.
just had to go there, didn't you?
I'm like the only guy that still hasn't watched the Batman Turtles crossover. I haven't ran into anyone else who hasn't watched it. You guys all watched it.
Yeah,
it's good.
Right.
Yeah, everybody's seen it. I won't watch it. And it's not because I don't like Batman or Turtles. It's something about it rubs me the wrong way.
That one worked for me. I liked it.
I didn't even give it a chance. I just closed off. I'm just like, no.
Well, I don't even like Power Rangers, so to me this is just let's give you another reason to buy the Pink Ranger again.
Sport. You know what to do, sport.
Yeah, gotta have it. Not.
And those turtle heads don't even look good.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
They just look wall-eyed.
Those look like some 5 Below turtles.
They got that dollar store line. 5 POA.
Well, that Mikey looks like he eats sugar with never mind.
Bill says he liked the Batman versus Ninja Turtles. It's good. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too.
Yeah.
And then let's see, start the new tab.
Never know.
This is Action Figure Expert says, no, that has both is doing this thing with Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles. You think we will get a possible Transformers Turtle van, a Turtle and Transformer crossover? I think that's more likely than that you would get like a transforming turtle van. I think that will be successful.
Yeah.
Because I'd be more open to it. I don't know if I'd buy it, but I'd be more open.
Just make it Metalhead, and he's the party wagon or party van.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I mean that's set up perfectly right there.
And do what was the other one? The evil robot that we looked at it a few weeks ago.
Chrome Dome,
do Chrome Dome into some sort of
foot plan.
The drill. That's a good one.
There you go.
So this stuff's easy, man. But
Krang as the terror. I mean, the colors look cool. I mean, that's about it.
I'm a fan of Green Ranger, and I like Shredder okay, but I just don't like it when they touch.
Well, for me, the Green Ranger and Shredder do not go together.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't make sense to me at all. I've never read the comic, but it doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, and then this is Besco 112.
I like this. I haven't pre-ordered it, but I'm a little more open since I started pre-ordering the Mezco Joes. And I got the dark side, so it makes a little bit of sense. But I do like that. I do like his accessories.
That's cool.
Like the Black Mercy stuff there, and I like the Starro head. Yeah, I think the accessories look cool. He comes with like what, 4 heads or something, so you got like a bunch of different versions, a lot of options.
Let's see. Toy Mafia, what's up, man?
On it.
So yeah, you get several different. I was just wondering, like, how does that work? Like, do it right now. Make your
maybe
eyes
it's putting his putting his hand up like the whole Three Stooges thing.
Oh, he's just but that like they're going like this. Like, how does he get his eyes to do that? I mean, he's Superman, so I guess. Toy Mafia.
Maybe he's got a lazy eye. He's got one beam just like.
Oh, and everybody's favorite, NECA. Don't you dare say anything bad about NECA. Or your God, what are they? Their little cult they have going on Twitter.
They'll block you.
Yeah.
You know what? When I saw that they were doing like the soft goods, all I could think was finally a way to cover up your broken joints. Right? Like that elbow could be completely taped up, glued, ugly. Don't matter. He's got his smoking jacket on, so he's good.
Yeah. They just keep finding ways to make more.
Dude, there's
are they running out of aliens?
Dude, it's the next tab. You won't believe it.
Oh, no.
Okay, we're done with this. Okay, you know how
Marvel's
Marvel's doing like a what if? NECA said aliens. Let's do a what if. When I read this, I'm like, this has to be a mistake. NECA, what do you mean, what if? There's over 100 alien figures out there. What do you mean, what if? And they're like, yeah, what if these are video game ones, and then like we do them like movie colors? Like that's their...
Oh gosh.
I'm like, what did Marvel start with this what if stuff? I think it's kind of ridiculous anyway, and that's why people are getting mad at me. But
they started it a long time ago with the comics. Like,
yeah, I mean, I used to read some what if comics. Every once in a while, if they did a what if that was relevant to the books that I got, like what if Phoenix had survived, or things like that, I would buy those and read them.
This guy was in Walmart today, so
wasn't one of them what if Thanos won?
Probably.
Like it's like a really,
yeah.
I think that one was fairly recent, within the past 10 years.
So watch NECA do a multiverse too.
If you want this one, it's in Walmart right now. I saw several of them. It's in the like electronics section.
Wow.
Yeah, I but there hasn't been an alien what if. Hell, they've come out with.
Now.
They've come out with too many. Like you got Alien and Aliens, the first 2 movies, and then after that, it should have been over. You got that bull alien from 3, and it's not a very good movie. And then after that, those things, and that one Abomination where it's like her kid or something. It's that weird looking alien.
Dude. It's rough, dude.
It's a newborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what to call that thing. Like even NECA even made that thing as well. I'm like, who wants to put that on their shelf? But Hot Toys. So if they're reissuing construction version, so it's basically a non-completed Iron Man. So if you just like, we're like, I can't really afford a complete Iron Man, but like you have. Is there something kind of like in the middle? You know, like you just give me half of it or something, so I can say I got this Hot Toys Iron Man. I don't understand what the idea was here, but
or if you owe alimony after a divorce, I'll send you $20. So
they did those Tony Stark tinkering, figures. That's what this is for. Like if you already have Tony tinkering, and you want to see him, with some background element.
Oh man.
How much? Because I just feel like it's like, there's like people really want a Hot Toys Iron Man. They just they're just priced too high. Well, what if we gave them half of it? Like can they pay for half of it? And it's like, all right, what can we do to just give them half? They don't even have a price on this stuff. Is it right here? Let's see.
I haven't seen this.
Is there a price?
This is the first time I'm seeing it.
I want to see a price of this thing. Anyways, all right. King Shark. Hot Toys.
Yeah. Until they show. Movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Until they show me that they're making like at least 2 more figures, I say no to this.
Let's see. Yeah, Bill, they didn't say how much that half Iron Man's gonna be, but if you always wanted a Hot Toys Iron Man but didn't want to, just a little too rich,
yeah,
you can just buy half of one now. So
I still need to sit down and watch this movie.
Man, it's got Stringer Bell in it. Stringer Bell.
I'm still wondering.
You ever seen The Wire? You don't know who's Stringer Bell?
I haven't seen The Wire.
Nope.
Man, dude. I'm watching.
I still need to watch Dark Tower.
It's not that great, to be honest. But
I still wonder how
Idris Elba, but I didn't think that movie was that great.
How does King Shark find the pants that fit him? But, okay.
And then some more Hot Toys.
Cool. Hot Toys.
Did they do just the regular Death Troopers or just the Crush?
Yeah, they did. They did them already, or they put them up a few months ago.
Okay.
I wonder when we're going to get some Black Series Death Troopers,
Dark.
What are they actually called?
Yeah, Dark Troopers. Yeah.
Yep.
See, look at this. They have the capability to do pieces of younglings.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
They do.
No.
Dude, I'm sitting here. Dude, I'm
or
like
Uncle
looking here. Dude, I've got like these Marvel Legends pieces for their arms and hands, and I'm like, come on, my Hasbro Star Wars stuff.
If they're gonna do younglings, they better do Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Just burnt skeletons.
Bad Batch.
Yep. Smoldering corpses.
Skipping that guy. Zemo.
Not getting Zemo.
Got to cut corner somewhere.
Him with his knockoff Thanos mask.
Here's more of that what if stuff.
Is this the one coming?
Spider-Man.
Is this next week's? Maybe.
Might be. I don't know.
What
I know there's at least one episode with the zombies running around.
Oh, dude, I'm not even watching this series. Yeah, that's a pass.
I just watched the second one the other day, and it was good.
I like the little mech with Steve Rogers in it.
Huh. The mech with Little Rogers.
Yeah.
And there's your zombie Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Hot Toys. That's very unlike Hot Toys to do. They don't do a lot of animated stuff.
Well, this right here is Sideshow. Well, this is Sideshow. It's not Hot Toys, but
yeah. I pre-ordered these. I think I'm gonna. I mean, I'll at least get the core 4. I feel like Rex is fine. Like I've got the old Sideshow Rex, so my Hot Toys can be on some other shelf. But if they make Ahsoka, I would get those core 4 But then they're gonna open it up. They're probably gonna do an Asajj, and it's probably gonna be better than that old Asajj that I have. So they'll probably do a really nice Asajj for this line.
If they do an Ahsoka and Asajj, then I'll get those two, and then I may have to go back for these. But like those are two of my favorite characters.
I would think they're gonna do them. Just I don't see them going like more than 8-figure deep on this, but I guess it just depends how well they do. But I would assume Ahsoka's going to be the third one they do for sure. It's such
I still need to pick up the Black Series ones from Target.
They've done a General Grievous before, right? Sideshow.
Yeah, they're actually re-releasing it.
Okay, you'd think that they would just maybe fine-tune a couple of things and release it with this line, animated style.
It'll probably hit around the same time.
So you think that they're gonna just be like, "Yo, this is the Grievous"?
Yeah, I don't think they'll do another Grievous because again, they're re-releasing it. I don't know if they even made any changes to it, but I remember seeing it recently that they're doing it. Yeah, I could see them maybe if they do. If they do Ahsoka and Asajj, they probably would do Mace Windu and maybe Count Dooku, kind of like that core group of animated.
It's really good.
Yeah, the head sculpts are just so well done, and everything else, those really clean lines.
That looks cheap, though. The little line going through it.
I think that's just to match the animation style. Or maybe it's actually the seam line.
From what I understood, they got like the animation models, in, and that's kind of why it's so good,
Dude, you're gonna have to like dust around this dude all the time, like just like using a blow dryer or something,
or just keep the cloak on him.
He's gonna get so filthy.
You get you don't really. I keep this room kind of closed off, so I don't have to do it often, but every once in a while I'll dust off like the Batmobile because it shows black shows all the dust.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's finish with the other thing that was on that list is your current holy grail that you want to obtain.
That's a tough one because
besides another Cowboys Super Bowl, like an actual something you can put in your house.
Okay,
I know what mine is, and someone on this show could make it possible for me.
Did
fulfill my dream.
Just mention it?
The Hot Toys 1989 Batmobile.
Wow.
I see Hot Toys are like, hey, we're re-releasing this, or hey, we're re-releasing half an Iron Man, and we're re-releasing this. I'm like, where's the Batmobile? The Batmobile that goes for like $2,000 online right now on the secondary market.
Jesus.
Re-release that.
Really?
It's up there, man.
I'll mention since you're younger than me, I'll mention to Erica, like, if once I pass away, if they don't re-release it, I'll make your dreams come true.
All right.
I'll mention
while he's on his deathbed, they hand him the Batmobile.
Right. He's like, surely he's gonna go because I'm making space for my Batmobile.
Next week he's like, Eric, did you see that? There's some dude out there like letting air out of our tires or something like that.
Really?
It's jumping by.
I would think they're going to remake that. You might get lucky in this Flash movie that's going to hit You might get lucky, and they might re-release it at that point. The question is, would they change anything? You know. But that would be the perfect time.
Yeah. I mean, they re-released the Tumblr.
Yep.
It's like that came out more recently, and you did a re-release of it. Like, yo, you're gonna sell out of the '89. Like it's. I know the Adam West Batmobile came out before, and like it has an iconic it's a something special to us, because we all grew up watching that, or or reruns at least, except for Rick here. But the '89 Batmobile, like, is there a more iconic Batmobile than that? No. Like if you think Batmobile, I think that, and then I think animated series after that. Like, and then I think Adam West.
Yeah,
and
those are top three.
And then I would maybe even go Tumblr, even before I go with that, with Forever and
I'd go Tumblr for sure.
Batman and Robin, that's the worst one. I tried to watch that movie here recently, and dude, it is bad. It is bad. Like the acting, not even terrible.
Yeah, Clooney phoned it in on that one too. So.
And that's the one that Mike thinks is the best. Remember that.
Don't hate me, but I like the Batman Forever Batmobile. It's not my favorite, but I like it.
It's not terrible. Yeah, but they were like, we think that they were like, I remember I was watching some interview where they were like, and when we did the Batman Forever, and like, hey, we wanted it to be this more big fin on there, and these. Where lights were coming out, like make it a little bit more gaudy, and it'd be cooler. And I'm like, okay. And then they were like, hey, we have to even go bigger and better. So now 2 fins, that are like when they're driving, they're just sitting there flapping like this. And they're like, oh, and just like making a light show all over. I'm like, he is the Dark Knight. He doesn't need like a disco ball driving down the road to announce to everyone, like, here I am, like. Part of
you almost have to expect like here
shadows, and like they had him, just music, just do the music blaring all the way, and got the loud pipes and light show going on. Got the lights in the rims under the car, and we're like, dude, Batman would not ride like that.
I was gonna say, with lights like that, you'd expect to hear like EDM music as he drives by.
Oh, I agree. I just thought the design was cool, but
he's. I don't know if the rest of you will remember this, but Rick maybe, in like the early 2000s, like the Batmobile, and he's like rocking Sandstorm at full blast. Do you remember that song?
No.
Sandstorm.
Dude, I swear I hung out with some guys, and we would go to like clubs and stuff, and I swear that song came on at least once every hour, to where I'm like, dude, I can't go to these like little rave club things that y'all go to. And like, this is back when I was like, 18, 19, 20 years old, and I'm like, they play this song way too much. And just everywhere you go. I guess maybe YouTube it. It's a song called Sandstorm.
Yeah, Darude Sandstorm.
Is that what it's called, or is that who sings it?
Yep.
So you've heard?
I think that's what the band is.
I've heard it. Time you're like, okay, it's got a little bit of a beat, but Jesus, it is like
it's repetitive.
It's like the same 10 seconds just looped, and then that song comes on like every hour at the clubs back then. It would drive you nuts. But anyways, what's your guys' holy grail? What you got, Dalton?
I don't think I have one, to be honest. Like, I've got my X9 Cheat or Ravage.
Or PS5, maybe?
Mate. Huh? Well, right now it's right now.
Is there something they haven't made? What about a Masterpiece Beast Wars figure?
Silverbolt.
Ooh.
Like if anyone, if it was even Transart, Beast Wars.
The Aerobots leader. Yes.
No. The bird dog.
Legionardo says Sandstorm is still popular.
Oh no.
Oh, don't
It
say
will go away. Reminds me of when the Macarena was constantly playing. Oh my god.
Oh
God.
Dude, that came on every hour. We used to go to like a place called Joe's Crab Shack, and they would play that song like every hour. I even worked at a Joe's for a couple of months, and yeah, you had to dance if you're a waiter. If you would have people like, yeah, I just put these people's food order just came in. They're like, it's the Macarena, you got to dance to it. I'm like, yeah, but they probably want their food hot, you know. And they're like, they came here for atmosphere. I'm like, yeah, as long as they're getting their food hot. Yeah. Anyways, what you got?
Yeah. Silver Bolt.
I mean, there's things I still want. Transformers wise, the only thing left that I really like want is a perfect white Minerva. I think I've said that before on the show.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a perfect white Minerva in a box. It could be opened. I'd like the sticker. Everything needs to be like mint, like at least C9, you know, if it's not C10. But that's the only reason I haven't bought one is because I think I ran across one that might have been like a C9. But, you know, the price tag usually is insane on those. It's easy to find a Minerva, even a box Minerva I've seen that, you know, could have bought it. They're usually there's something wrong with it, or it's just slightly too yellow. So, but you know, that's one of those ones where if I don't own it, it's not the end of the world. There was a time when I was like really deep into obtaining all that stuff. Like I got all the Victory stuff that I really wanted, and I got most of the Japanese stuff that I wanted that doesn't, you know, break when you touch it. So I don't know. And like, you know, I don't have a flag. I don't have a US flag, but I would rather have a new one, which probably would never happen, like a HasLab. I'd rather have a new one that's slightly smaller. I don't want it to be like 7.5 feet long or anything. If it was like maybe like 5 feet or 4.5 feet, but like I just can't put in that. Like I've got the barge back here. That's one of that and the Ecto-1 by Blitzway. That's about as far as I'll go. Like almost 8 feet to display an item. Even for me, that's just too much. If you only collect G.I. Joe, I think it makes complete sense. Complete sense. I collect everything almost everything. So I don't think I have a Supreme Grail right now. That might change, but
I was gonna say if I'm gonna lose my mind if they come out with a masterpiece Minerva before they do a Galvatron. Be like, what are y'all doing over there?
Something's wrong. Yeah. Do that.
I mean, well, you had Frank, but Leonard Nimoy, you know, passed and, you know, did voice it in the movie for him, and then I don't remember what the guy's name was that did it for the Japanese series, but
yeah, it's tough too. When you think about Grails now, it's tougher to me to think because all right, we got the Gray Skull, and we got the Snake Mountain now, and those are two of the most impressive, you know, play sets that I've ever. I mean, it's my wife and my kid asked me last week. We'll do this every once in a while. Hey, my kid loves to do it. What's your favorite thing in the house? And then what's your favorite thing in the room? And then okay, on this shelf, what's your favorite? He loves to play that game and. We were in this room and we were talking about what's your favorite thing in the room? Like if you only have one thing, and I think it's Snake Mountain. And MOTU is not my favorite thing, but that Snake Mountain is so impressive. It's better than like my 1.6 Ecto. I spent more on that. I like it better than the Batmobile. I think it's because like when you put a lot of figures in front of it, it looks like a display, like a photographer just got to the, you know, to take the picture and he's about to snap the photo. and it's so well done that it's ready to shoot. Like you can light it even poorly and it looks good. So I think my Grails have leveled up because it needs to beat like some of those things that are in the room. I like the Terradrome too. I mean, I prominently display that, and that's a lot of fun. I don't know if there's anything else left that right now that I want. They haven't done a 1-in-1 scale Ahsoka, and I would want like the Clone Wars version. I know everybody's probably thinking about Mandalorian, but nope, I would want the Clone Wars version.
Does Erica do the thing whenever your kid says like, you know, it goes to Erica first, what's the most important thing in this house to you? And she says something like, you son, and then what about you, dad? Well, Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull. like you.
Yeah, I feel like that came up. I think that did come up.
Like where she tries to get a couple more points there. It's like, well, of course you know, son. I wanted to name some toys. I know what he was really wanting to know. But.
Yeah. What about sport? What Grails? You still got some Grails?
You know, I was never really into Grails, and mainly because a lot of stuff that I like or want, I can get. But if there's
my problem.
If there's one that I know I'll never get that I would like to have, it would be the Masters of the Universe Eternia playset.
That's a good one.
Okay.
And it has to be
that's a solid one. Yeah. No, that's a really good one.
That I would love to have.
That's a nice place, especially always look at it when you get older, you start thinking about the history of just toys in general too.
Right.
And like something like a Terradrome or like an Eternia playset and things like that. Things that they're getting old, and to find one is becoming super hard, especially boxes, box versions.
And more expensive.
It's not impossible, but it's close.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a really good one. I've never played with one either.
Me neither. I've never seen one in real life.
I've seen one, but I don't think it was complete.
One. Yeah.
I've never had a hands-on experience with it. And that's fun. Like if you're into toys, as long as some of us have been into toys, it's fun to get like hands-on with something that maybe you didn't have as a kid, but you get a chance to see it and put hands on. I love that.
Yeah, in fact, like if someone had like I don't even think this would happen, but like you said, get hands on it. I want to see how all the little stuff works, and you know, see all its little features, like how I'd pay, you know, someone at a toy vendor at like a shop and be like, dude, I'll give you like $10 if I can just like mess with this for 5 minutes. You know, like I understand I break it, I buy it, but I just wanted, you know, I want to see, you know, the little sled go, you know, or the track, you know, go around and stuff like that. Just see all the engineering that went into it and all the detail that went into it. Look, you know, get a real good look at it. You know, I'm not going to buy it, but let me look at it for, you know, 5 minutes. Let's see. Action figure experts. What sucks is there are parts of the Eternia playset that suffered from. He said girls' plastic syndrome, but I'm going to think that's gold. Trust me, I know. So.
The tracks break. Yeah.
That damn girl plastic syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GPS.
Yep.
So, all right. We can. What Lady General says they're just put the Macarena in Fortnite. Well, I don't play Fortnite either.
Oh no.
I play Overwatch, man. I play a man's game. Not Fortnite. So, one of my younger friends, he's like, wants to play Fortnite with him. I'm like, dude, I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that stuff, man. I want to shoot people. I'll play Overwatch or some other shooter. If I want to build stuff, I'll go get some Legos or something. Like, I don't understand this combo. Yeah.
Lincoln Logs, yes.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and sign out. Dalton, start off.
If I'm ever at Daltonians TFs, YouTube Daltonian95, and Twitch is Dalton's TFs95.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram as Shatrdglassjazz.
You can find me here on YouTube as Sportimus and on Twitter and Instagram as Sportimus Prime.
And you can find me G1 Extron on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook page, the G1 Extron. Legional, you play Overwatch. I think it is cross-play now as well, so I'm on there. I'm on PS5. I'm G1 Extron, so. But anyways, talk to you guys later. Hopefully you enjoy, and see you in a couple weeks. Peace.